Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome to the Early Edge. We are Sean Taylor days away from NFL kickoff, and we've got an NFL preseason pick today on the show. Hello, Joseph, Scott, Malik, Phillip, Eric, Ed. Hit the like button if you would. Drop your favorite number 21. I saw somebody earlier dropping LaDainian Tomlinson. Very underappreciated. One of the best running backs of all time. Let's see how we did yesterday with some of the best cappers of all time. Our recap screen from Thursday. Oh, yeah. We'll take this 3-1. And I believe the chat just pointed out that we might have had a Vlad Guerrero home run that Sniper pointed out. Well, I'll have to ask him myself. We'll take 3-1 every time. We'll try to do 75% on today's show. Let's bring in the stars of the show. We happen to be one short today as well. Full cast tomorrow, but good news. We got Buckets. We got Sniper. A little tiff between them that they may need to work out. I know Buckets is a little salty from the showdown that he lost, but Sniper, remind me, because we had a lot of shows yesterday. Did you put out on this show Vlad Guerrero Jr. to go the yard?
Yeah, somebody in the chat had said, give me a random home run prop. And I said, hey, let me get that in before because I love Vlad Guerrero to hit a home run tonight. And it was his last at bat because I actually checked in the 8th inning and he hadn't hit a home run. I was like, man, I guess I didn't hit that one. And then I was scrolling through tweets. And in the 9th, I saw somebody say another home run from Vlad Guerrero. I was like, yes, we got it.
That's pretty impressive. And a last at bat works just the same as a first at bat. Banks 930 says the one and only prime time is his favorite 21. That makes sense. Buckets, may I ask you, and I don't know, Sniper, you might have a bear to give out. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, okay. We'll get to you in a second. Buckets, you missed today's show. We had the guru on. I'm kind of glad you had 24 hours to kind of ruminate and maybe, relax after finally losing a showdown. Your feelings after breaking the 2-game winning streak in the yard, the MLB.
Sia, I forgot I even had a showdown with Sniper, to be honest, because we are Philip Lahm days away from football returning or Gianluigi Donnarumma days away. I actually know soccer players that have 21, so I was very excited for today's show for that reason.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm excited for that as well. I'm also excited for Sox Nation saying, hey, Tom Kim is leading early. Sia, let's go. Of course, he was one of my first-round leaders. It's very early, but a good start for Tom Kim, who I expect to have a good tournament. Eric David says Tiki Barber days away. All right, Buckets, I want to get to your 2 NFL.
I can't see my Bears.
No, I know. I want to get to your 2 soccer picks. I want everybody to know we got 2 soccer picks coming up. We got a SportsLine pick, an NFL pick, and Sniper is going to try to stay hot with his MLB picks. But Sniper, the Bear, who is it?
Well, first I had Donnell Wolford on there. I don't know. That's kind of a deep cut. But going back to the 85 Bears, which I mentioned yesterday, Leslie Frazier days away.
Wow. I forgot Leslie Frazier played for the Bears. He was on that 85 Bears team?
Yeah, he was one of the corners. And the corners were kind of nondescript because the
Harry Fensick was one of them.
He was a safety.
The
other corner was Mike Richardson. I could name the entire defense if you want, but I don't think we need to take that much time.
No, but I remember Richard Dent. I remember Wilbur Marshall, who ended up being with Washington after that. Oh, man, we could reminisce about the 80s and 90s NFL, MLB like we've done earlier this week. All right, let's finally get to some picks, and then maybe we'll pepper in some more 21s, some more picks from the chat. Frank Gore days away says Big Cheesy. That's a good one. All right, Buckets, 2 soccer picks. What do you got?
Sia, we are a singular day away from the English Premier League returning, but today we have Spanish La Liga back, one of the arguably the best league right now, with Real Madrid starts their first games and their first match day this afternoon. So, of course, I had to give you all an Atletico Bilbao versus Getafe play. And here's the thing. Whenever I give out my plays in the morning, I always look in the mirror and I practice giving my takes. My original goal was to give out this entire play in Spanish. However, I cannot roll my R's. I sound like a cat purring. It's very uncomfortable. I don't want to put anyone through that. So we're going to keep this pretty simple here. In Bilbao versus Getafe, I'm looking at Nico Williams to score or assist. Nico Williams is going to be playing in that upper position here. He was the top assist let me try that one again. The top assist giver. There you go. I tried. He was the top assist giver, probably not the right word, for Bilbao last season with 11 assists, but he also had 5 goals. And also, there are rumors that he is being transferred in the upcoming weeks. So if you are going to be transferred, you want to make these first games good to raise your value as much as you can. Then for our second play, we're looking at the matchup between Cercle Brugge and Molde FK, and we're going with the same game parlay of both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at -115 in Europa League. Cercle Brugge are down 3-0 in aggregate, which means in this game they have to make up that 3-goal deficit, so they will have to push. I do believe they'll score, but if they're going to push against Molde, they are going to get ripped to pieces on the counterattack. I think this game might end 2-2. I think we'll see a lot of goals here, but I love that both teams to score and over 2.5 parlay to get it down to -115.
All right, Buckets. And how do we pronounce the BRUGGE one? Brugge?
Brugge, yeah.
Brugge,
and
okay.
I had a couple people actually tweet at me, Sia, the mold one, it's Molde. You got to do the duh at the end because mold is kind of offensive for those fans.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. Thank you for that clarification. Okay, so Charles Woodson days away, says Brent Ritchie. Absolutely love that. Let me get to a SportsLine pick. Hopefully you all are already members of SportsLine. Go to sportsline.com/join. You get 60% off the annual plan if you type in the promo code winners. One of the picks on there from this morning, or maybe even last night, was the under in an afternoon game. It's the Seattle Mariners. It's the Detroit Tigers. We've got the under of 8 at -110. Again, Mariners, Tigers, under 8, -110. And easy way to remember when that game starts, the juice is the same as the time. This game starts at 110 and the juice is 110. Again, Mariners, Tigers, under 8 is the SportsLine pick. If you want to make that pick, I got a really good place to do it. You can go to BetMGM. New BetMGM customers can sign up today and get up to $1,500 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10 and you'll receive up to $1,500 instantly if your bet loses with bonus code EDGE. That's bonus code EDGE, EDGE. All right, we got to get to some of your picks in the chat, like Brian Smith and the Mets -1.5 at +110. We got to get to Sniper's pick, and we got to get to my preseason pick. And we're going to do it right after this message from our partners.
Football action continues. Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? As the gridiron is taken over by the Great White North. It's time to storm the fortress. It's time to fight on the battlefield. Catch the Canadian Football League on CBS Sports Network.
We're back on the early edge, brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. All right, let's go to a little narrative shopping in the NFL. We've got the one game tonight, I believe it's at 7 o'clock, the Patriots and the Eagles. If you've been following these joint practices in any capacity, you know that the Eagles have completely beat up on the Patriots. And that shouldn't be really any surprise, especially when you consider a lot of these joint practices are being treated like preseason games, kind of getting the ones out there, getting their reps in. They don't necessarily think they need to do it on camera in the actual preseason game. Eagles have absolutely stomped the New England Patriots. But I think during the preseason game, I think we're going to see a little bit of a difference here, a little bit more motivation on the New England side. This is a side that just dumped Matthew Judon. This is a team that really has nothing going for them going into the season, but I do think Jared Mayo tries to establish a culture, and he's got the quarterbacks, the preseason quarterbacks to do it. I don't think Jacoby Brissett is going to play. We're going to see some Drake May. We're going to see some Bailey Zappi. Perhaps more importantly, we're going to see some Joe Milton, who has really flashed, and he's a very exciting player to watch. I think he is going to be part of the reason we end up covering the -2.5 here for the Patriots. On the other side, we're not going to see Jalen Hurts. I don't think we're going to see Kenny Pickett. That leaves Tanner McKee, and who am I leaving out? There's somebody, I think it's Will Greer that I'm leaving out. He's been bouncing around. Tanner McKee, of course, from Stanford. I just like the quarterbacks on the other side. I like the motivation on the other side. I think the Patriots are going to end up, it's certainly a curious line, but it's curious for a reason. I think the Patriots end up winning this one by 3 or more. Give me the Patriots -2.5. All right, Sniper. We've got an NFL pick. We got soccer picks. We've got a baseball pick. And you were 1 for 2 yesterday, but you've been 2-0, and 1 for 2 is fine, especially when you add the Vlad Guerrero thing you snuck in at the end of the show. But you've been 2-0 a lot as well. You've been really carrying us over the kind of the quote dog days of the summer. People like you and Amags and Buckets really helping out with the recap screen. Can you help out again? You got 2 picks?
Yeah, well, that's the job. So I'm going to keep doing the job. So we're going to start in Philadelphia. I like the Phillies to win this game over the Red Sox. Obviously, there's a ton of juice on that. So we need to find a way to whittle that down a little bit. And I'm going to go with Zach Wheeler to get the win here. It's -130, but he goes really deep in the game. So if you believe the Phillies are going to win, it's overwhelmingly likely that Zach Wheeler is going to get the win as well there. So he's 7-3 with 2.48 and 12 starts at home this season. He faces a bad Nationals offense. He pitches very deep into games, as I said. So it's likely that he's going to go 7 innings or maybe more. Last time he faced the Nationals, he went 7 1/3 and he got the win. Phillies offense, I think, got its mojo back last night. They were trailing 5-2 to the Marlins, and then they went nuts. Got a Kyle Schwarber grand slam in there. They ended up with 9 runs. They're facing Mitchell Parker, who is far worse on the road than he is at home in D.C. So I like the Phillies to win this one, maybe comfortably. If you want to go with the run line there on the Phillies, that's probably a good play as well. But I'm going to go with Wheeler to get the win. Also, similar region there. Going to go to Baltimore. I like the Orioles to win by multiple runs, and that's all the way up at plus 150. I think it was actually as high as plus 158 at some books. Look, the Orioles are 5-1 with a plus 19 run differential against the Red Sox this year. The Orioles have won 6 of 10, so maybe they as well are starting to get their mojo back, much like the Phillies, I think, did last night. Zach Eflin on the hill for the Orioles since they acquired him, 3-0 with a 2.33 ERA. Nick Pivetta on the mound for the Red Sox, subpar. Orioles are the better team. They're at home. I know that the most likely scenario here is just them winning, but I wanted to kind of get this all the way up in the plus money. They don't win by 1 that much. 71 wins this year. They've only won by 1 12 times. So if you think they're going to win, we might as well push this all the way up with the run line.
Oh, that is an interesting take there. And I like the stat in terms of how much they've won by 2 or more. Buckets, you've got a sheepish look on your face. I know you're not going to do what you did a couple of days ago.
It looks like.
I think that's just my face. I don't know if it'd call it cheapest. Maybe I'm just a little bit ugly, Sia. You ever think of that? But at the same time, sheep are adorable. At the same time, I wouldn't hate a chance at redemption. I'll be honest, as soon as Sniper started talking and then went to the one shot, I started looking at my phone and completely zoned out. So I didn't hear a single word he said, which means I assume that I've got the best shot as usual at winning this showdown. Sniper, I don't like the Orioles. Give me the Red Sox on the run line this time, though. I got to be careful. I got to be smart. Give me them on the run line, and I'm here for a showdown.
It didn't matter last time, though.
No, I know.
It's plus 150 though on the run line. He's making it big plus money. I mean, honestly, Buckets, I would have thought you would have just taken the Red Sox to win outright.
No, this is the new sheepish Buckets, as you called it. Sia, I'm just being smart here. You don't have to say yes, Sniper, but the option's open.
Oh, I have to say yes. I have to.
It's gonna be a showdown.
I absolutely love it. Harry producing the show today, and he was ready to hit that button. All right, we got another showdown, but this time Buckets gets the plus 1.5.
Cheesy in the chat says Buckets looks more and more like a beach volleyball player. He doesn't have that kind of athleticism, I can promise you.
Well,
you must not be following my journey then, Sniper, are you?
Are you?
No, I hardly ever get on social media, so I no.
Well,
are you working to become a beach volleyball player?
I'm working with a coach currently who played D1 and who played with some of the current members of the men's Olympic team for US here. So I'm making the effort at least.
I apologize for my ignorance.
Wow.
It's okay.
Wow. This is a really good moment. This felt like a on the couch moment for both of you. So
Matt, I just want to let you know that I love you and I support you.
Likewise, buddy.
Buckets, I have an actual question for you regarding sports. Ritchie. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Ritchie wants to know. He says both teams to score and over 2.5 is not available at his book. Any thoughts on team total over 1.5 for both teams in this one? Minus 128 for Brugge and plus 125 for Molde.
Well, I went with the 2-2 score prediction, and as long as you hit one of them, now I'm not saying you come out even, but it's pretty close. I would be shocked if neither team had to, and I think it's more likely that both do than neither do. So I love kind of splitting a unit and playing both team totals there separately. I think that's genius.
Okay, and I do want to point out, because Sox Nation is pointing out some WNBA stuff, WNBA Sky +2 at home today. We do have a lot of model picks that were actually given out on the network yesterday, but I believe are up on SportsLine. If you check out the model picks and some of the articles, WNBA resumes from their Olympic break with 3 games today. Sniper, I don't know that we can stop this particular show. After you gave out Vlad Guerrero yesterday, just kind of on a whim, and it actually hit at like plus 360. Like, we got an extra minute.
Nothing today jumped out at me like that did yesterday. Let's see here.
As you look at that, I'm going to point out Moshi Stern says, how do you guys like the Athletics versus the Mets over? Maybe both teams to score first 7, 2+ runs in the first 7. I haven't looked at that one. Hey, friends, here late into golf picks yet. I do want to remind everybody, Sniper, while you look at that, my golf pick from yesterday, it has not gone off yet. So it should be on the board at BetMGM, at other books as well. It was Eric Cole -125 over Patrick Rogers. If you still want to make that play, I think they go off in about 20 minutes. So Eric Cole over Patrick Rogers was my play at -125. I mentioned I'd play it up to -135, but I do believe BetMGM has the best number on that. Sniper, you look ready.
It's probably too obvious, but since I was under a time crunch here, it's Shohei Ohtani. Tobias Myers of the Brewers is on the mound. He has had a very good year overall, but he can be prone to the home run ball with 13 allowed so far this season, and it's a lefty-righty with Ohtani there. So that's a good matchup for Ohtani to hit a home run.
All right. I think we got some approval with Buckets' eyes there. Adley Rushman home run today from Jared Bowling. All right, let's finally take a look at the recap screen. Sniper, thanks for digging in for that one. All right, we've got an NFL game tonight, preseason style, 21 days away from the actual kickoff. Patriots -2.5 is what I'm going with at -105. That juice in other places might be -110, maybe -112, -115. I'm comfortable playing it -115 or less. I don't think it's going to grow anything beyond that. Again, Patriots -2.5 tonight. Buckets, Bilbao versus, here we go, Getafe, Nico Williams, TSOA +130, and Brugge versus Molde FK, both teams to score plus over 2.5 goals. Man, the guru makes it super easy. They're like the easiest names to pronounce of all time. And then Buckets comes onto the show and I completely fall apart. The Sniper, Zach Wheeler, to get the win at -130. And the Orioles in a showdown, folks, -1.5 at +150, taking the run line and getting that juice way up there. SportsLine pick, Mariners. This is this afternoon at 1 o'clock, actually 1:10. Mariners versus the Tigers, under 8. Again, the juice on that one is -110. The golf play, Bitsy reminds us, is actually in 1 hour and 20 minutes. So you have time to get that golf play if you didn't put it in yesterday. AGN says Will Smith home run. Don't hate that. Gipper's pick says Ohtani over 1.5 walks. Don't hate that as well. And more importantly, Brad Moore says, good luck, y'all. Absolutely good luck to everybody. Let's cash some of these tickets. Let's hope Tom Kim stayed hot while we were on the show and hits that first round leader at 33-1. We've been hot in that department. Let's see if we can stay hot on this show, on the early wedge, and in all things SportsLine related on behalf of the Sniper and Buckets and Showdowns and Harry. And maybe next time, Buckets, we can get a mouse update because I still don't know what's going on, but it looks like you're comfortable where you're at right now. Real quick, are the mice gone?
They're gone for the time being. I leave my back door open a lot, so I don't know if they'll come back. But right now, they're not here.
The whole live and learn thing just does not apply to Buckets. All right. On behalf of Bucket, Sniper, Harry, this has been The Early Edge. Let's have a great Thursday, everybody. I'm the Counselor of Cash. We rest our case.